Hello there, YouTube. We are back once again at Zach Maglin Collectibles. And as you can see, we put a pause on 2025 Topps Series 2 baseball rips. Today, we're going to switch it up a little bit, head back on to the NFL with the latest product that's been released. We finally got our hands on, as you can see, 2024 Select NFL. So we have two blaster boxes, and believe it or not, these blaster boxes cost $40 at our local Walmart. So it's my understanding at Target, they sell it for about $30. That's a $10 markup if that is true. I haven't found them yet at Target. Otherwise, I would have already ripped and reviewed them. So this is going to be our first rip and review of 2024 Select Football. All right, so you can find in these blaster exclusives from Walmart, red and blue, what is that? Red and blue Prism Shock die cuts, okay? As well as we're chasing the ultra rare Zebra, all right? And Prism Shock die cut as well. There's autos and mems potentially in these boxes. And seeing if there's anything else. Here, if you want to see the odds of what they are for pulling certain parallels, feel free to pause and check this out. All right, but before we get right into it, we are coming towards the tail end of our month, which means that we are going to be having our giveaway. So our giveaway continues. Remember, in order to be eligible for our giveaway, first and foremost, you need to be a subscriber to the channel. If you have not already done so, kindly subscribe right now by hitting that subscribe button, as well as turn on the notifications so that you don't miss out on our latest drops. But as a result, we will be giving the following away. We'll be giving away NBA value pack of Panini Prism, Topps Series 1 value pack, Panini Tin Revolution, and Totally Certified Blaster Box. Hopefully, we're going to add another product to the mix probably sometime next week. But in addition to being subscribed, you need to like this video, comment on this video, and share it with others. Now, if you do that for all of the videos this month, then you'll have multiple entries into our giveaway. So good luck to all of you. But without further ado, let's get to ripping. All right, so we've got two boxes. There we have it. It's a little surprised that Walmart is, well, not so much, but I found sometimes that Walmart has either the price point is on par to Target or sometimes even a little bit cheaper than that. When I say cheaper, it's only like a few cents cheaper because instead of like, $39.99, they have it priced at like $39.87 or something like that. Something obscure. All right, so we are chasing the Zebras. All right, so you can see once again, Walmart quality control. Nothing to hold this in place. Just open space there, okay? So that means it's shifting. We haven't seen any results in terms of having cards that are damaged, but, it won't hurt, especially if you're charging $40 to add a little pad or some form of cushioning. All right, so here we go. So we're going to start with pack number 1. Haven't seen any videos on this yet. This is my first time ripping and reviewing this both on and off camera. All right, so here are the designs. Not bad looking. There's Sauce Gardner. All right, Chase Brown. We have a Ladd McConkey on the Select Certified, and we have here, all right, we have a Christian Watson, I believe. Is this it? Is this the red and blue Prism Shocks? All right, it is. And it is of Christian Watson, okay? So we got one there. Ooh. Our stack of other cards just sort of came down on us. Let's clear that up. All right, so that's that. We got Ladd McConkey as well. Pack number 2. So remember, we're chasing, once again, since it's been a while, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, just to name a few of the quarterbacks. J.J. McCarthy. We've been hitting a lot of Bo Nix lately. All right. Kareem Hunt. Xavier Worthy. There you go. For Xavier Worthy fan page. Shout out to you. Future of Will Anderson Jr. and C.J. Stroud year 2. Okay. Moving along. Pack number 3. All right. Here we go. And we have Quinion Mitchell on the red and blue. And Nakobe Dean. Okay, so it is a parallel. We're just going to sleeve it up. It'd be nice if we're going to get these red and blues to get them. I mean, they're nice looking cards to get them, you know, get a rookie when we're doing that, okay? Here we go. So we have Amari Cooper. We have another red and blue. We've been getting a lot of Eagles here. There's Dotson. Jared Goff on the turbocharge. And we have Trey Hendrickson, who I think has threatened to sit out the year, if not given a new contract, if I'm not mistaken. All right. And I think none of these are numbered. Okay, so we're down to our final 2 packs. Does this look like $40? We need Drake May or Jaden Daniels to turn things around. Here we go. And Will Reichard. We have a Joshua Dobbs on the die cut. I mean, we get a die cut, but it's of Joshua Dobbs. Brian Thomas Jr., but Joshua Dobbs, not numbered, and it's a die cut. But isn't he like a backup quarterback? He plays for the 49ers, which means he's not getting any time. Hold on. Sometimes we have trouble sleeving up these. All right, hold on. We've had trouble sleeving up die cuts in the past. Okay, we got that. All right, so there you go. It's of Joshua Dobbs, who is a backup quarterback for the Niners. All right, final pack. So we've sleeved up a few. Haven't put any on display. Doesn't really catch my eye. We're not going to put any base cards like Lamar Jackson. Ooh, we got a auto. Looky there. Carolina Panthers, Dylan Johnson. It's a rookie. Wow, pretty cool that we catch an auto on a blaster. However, it's of someone we are not aware of, Dylan Johnson. Select signatures. Panther fans, I have no idea what position Dylan Johnson even plays. Tell me about him, okay? If it was Bryce Young, who if I pulled an auto from before, then that would be really nice. Okay, and Dak Prescott, Xavier Leggett. So that is box number 1. Probably that Dylan Johnson. And we got this Joshua Dobbs die cut, and a lot of the red and blue prisms. So let's move on to the next box. See if we can get some big hits here, okay? But it is cool nonetheless to catch a auto on a blaster box, especially a $40 blaster box. Stephon Diggs, Dexter Lawrence, Aiden Hutchinson on the future, not numbered. There's Aaron Rodgers from, who's now in the Steelers, okay, on that red and blue shock. Moving on, pack number 2. No big rookies thus far, huh? Mike Sandstrill. There's Patty Mahomes. We have a turbocharge of Justin Herbert and Trey Benson. Okay, so we're coming down the stretch. 4 packs. I was tempted to get 3 of these boxes because there were 3 available, but $120 for select blasters. That would just seem crazy. $40. I mean, $80 for 2 already, in my opinion, is crazy. But It'll be all worth it if we can get a big hit. All right. Marshawn Lattimore on that shock. And we got the kicker. Okay. So all of these parallels we are sleeving up. These are not numbered. All right. So, and I know like in the past with Select, they've got the Premier. They got different variations within Select cards. All right, and we are getting more. We get a number 7 of Bijan Robinson, and we got a Travis Kelce now on this shock. All right, so we're coming down to it. 2 more. Are we going to pull a mem, an auto? I don't know if it's guaranteed one or the other, but got one last time. Let's see. All right, so we're going to get something different. We're going to get an orange, all right, with looks like a die cut as well. Okay, so we have Cooper Rush, and on that one, Levante David on the die cut, and we get a Rashad White. Okay, this one might be numbered. It's an orange, and it is, but it's a 2 of 499, and we do have a Caleb Williams on the base. So we got our first rookie quarterback, and we didn't even mention him, right? So Rashad White, he is not a rookie, but he is a numbered card. We'll put him up there. We have a die cut. We're getting these nice little parallels, but they're of like people we've never even heard of. All right, 2 die cuts, 2 players we haven't heard of. We have a Caleb Williams base. I said that we don't display base cards, but we might have to because I don't see a lot of hits coming through here, okay? Tell me what you think of Select football. Have you pulled anything significant from your Select? Like I said, if I'm going to give it another shot, if they go ahead and release these, or I can grab them, I should say, from Target. I know they've been released. If I can get my hands on a few, I will rip that and compare because they're bound to have a separate kind of parallel in there, okay? Or insert. There's Levante David on the regular card as opposed to his Prism version on the die cut. All right, and we have Jared Goff on the base. We have Greg Rousseau, and finally Braden Fisk. All right, so going out with a whimper. All right, so we have these guys right back here, as well as these nice little die cuts and shocks. All right, I'll check and see if they have comps, whether or not we got our money back or not. I seriously doubt it, but it's the risk you take when you rip. All right, let me know what you think. Comment below. Don't worry, we're going to head back eventually back up to Top Series 2 because we have some blaster boxes left, and we have a lot of other exciting products, so stay tuned. All right, until next time, keep on ripping.